Okay, greetings, salutations, good day and hi again, you guys and gals, and welcome back to Season 5 of CorpoCar. We have rounds 5 and 6 with the midway point of East and West. We have 2 road course races and 2 oval races lined up for today. We're going to be at Nelson Ledges and Iowa for West, and Okayama and Motegi for East. Just a one stream for this weekend tonight, as we have a look at the points as it stands currently. Led by Coni Confetti in West with 166 points, 16 ahead of Phase Connect's Sheena. Ember is third with 144, and we have Juna of Idol 120 and Kohaku Yumekui of Kawaii at 118. That's your top 5 here. Meanwhile, at the very bottom of the standings, yep, that's just how it is. Life has its ups and downs, and here we have some downs. Despite being in all 4 races so far, Irie Veritas has a lower best finish than someone who has only raced in the one race, and so she's currently bottom of the standings by tiebreaker. One ahead is Isla, and then 2 members of the new wave. Eesh, look at all those Kawaii members in the bottom half. You just hate to see that. East, still led by Siu Isaka, 182. Shisui Michu, 164. Clara, 145. DK Graves, 138. Spectra, 128. Quite a few VNU members in the top half of East. And bottom half, Tomomi is certainly trying, if anything. You hate to see that, 2 phase members in the bottom 5. Anyway, Mizma may be coming back, but Salmon will have to wait another day. We may see Mizma show up in today's races. We'll just go ahead and just go full send today's rounds. Nelson Ledges, 2 miles into 10 and 7 major turns. No sharp 90-degree corners. It's just smooth turning all throughout. Of course, settings as per usual. Okay. Load, I guess. Only stream for today. Let's set the grid. We need 36 cars, and we may reroll if necessary. No need here, but we'll boot this driver out, boot that driver out, this one, that one. Lumi's not in. Yuko, Tomoe, Kai. Ooh, Hyla failed to qualify. Nene's not in. Nor's Leah, I'm afraid. Leah just missed out on the cut by 1 spot. So, you won't see Leah in this round. But you'll see these 36, starting off with Pippa at pole, followed by Nami in front row. Are you kidding me? Well, to Momo and Utahime. Mazu and Jelly are next. Dizzy, Arena, and Rooney. Urka, Coni, and Ember. We have Vicky, and then Muyu and Miu. Saya, Kohaku, and Nabina. Mamie, She, and Lottie. Nabikata and Diary. Very disc, that is. Getting the grid. Jonah, trying to avoid previous race winner's curse. Roka and Hina. Ron, Chisaka Irie, and Lua. Speaker Raki and Aaliyah. And finally, Sheena, Rie, and Sharzu. To go, 15-minute race here at Nelson Ledges. We go for Restaurant 5 at Nelson Ledges. Right. Road looks narrow, and gotta try to race all 36 cars on this 2-mile circuit. There come the safety car driven by Aura. You know, that Aura. Anyway, we'll fast forward a bit, just so we can eventually get to the action. Maybe a bit more. And we will be set to go. 15 minutes of action, Pipkin, Pippa, and Namiji Frisia. Your front row for this 5th round as we get into the halfway point of this West Series. And off they go. We're going to start by Pippa, as everyone is off and rolling onto the first couple turns. Momo Idol in second. Oh, I never realized there's some banked turns on this track. Very intriguing. Look at that camber right there as Mazu shoots ahead into second, right behind Momo. Idol Corp, one of the more dominant agencies in CorpoCar racing. And we'll have completed 1 lap already. Momo dizzy, and Mazu dizzy up to second after this 1 lap, so we're expected to have like 15, 16 laps maybe here at Nelson Ledges, which is located in Garrettsville, Ohio. Opened as a dirt track in 1958. Became an asphalt road course as Dizzy yoinks ahead of Momo. Saya is in pit lane. Who else? No one? For some reason, some drivers are marked as one lap down, including Nami. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Meanwhile, we already had Space Invader win a race, with Ember winning at Fontana. Dizzy wants to be another such driver getting the win. Watch out for Momo and Mozu, as well as a few others. Jelly, not so hot. Finding herself 36th and having a bit of a blooper. Saya losing her front wing. Several cars in pit lane, including Coni, who start off the day in points lead, but seems to be having a wee bit of an issue early on. Anyway, here's Dizzy, completing another lap. No change to the top three. Just following along with everyone here, just speedy. The roads are narrow. Jelly 2 down, 26 in lead lap. Some cars are just about getting out now. The pit area. Dizzy is ahead by 1.5 seconds, apparently. Which I find a bit hard to believe. Unknowingly for Momo, she's stuck without a front wing. What happened to cause her to lose her front wing, we will never know, but she's gonna stay out for at least another lap. Meanwhile, here are a few phase drivers on hand. Hit! Then Hip goes wide. Spins all willy-nilly. Look at the replay. Down to 7th. Just got touched upon by Iruka. But still barely remaining in the top 7 at the moment. Just trying to catch up with some of the others ahead of her. You know what? For a road course, this is rather speedy, even with these CorpoCars, which are I don't know. I think the road course configuration CorpoCars are as speedy as road course configuration Indy cars. So, Arena moves up to 3. Rooney is in 4th, wants to jump ahead of Arena. Of course, with how narrow these roads are, it's a bit more tricky to overtake, but Rooney is able to overtake, just like that. Here with 9.5 minutes left in this round. Who is hurt? Raki Kazuki is DNF. Jelly and Saya are 2 and 3 down, respectively. And here comes the girl we've been following a lot in the rounds so far. Just trying to stay out of trouble, just trying to score high, hopefully. Has 9 minutes to hopefully not fuck up. Who lost a front wing? I just don't know. Look at how bent Lewis' front wing is. Meanwhile, we are through 7. 7. Mozu still second, and look at that. 3 phase cars very close to each other. In the remaining top 5, the rest of the top 5, as it stands. Pippa, her progress impeded by Arena trying to overtake her. Well, Dizzy, her lead has shot up to 4 seconds, now over 10 seconds ahead of the next driver down, Mozu, 10 seconds ahead of Arena. .17 in the lead lap, and still just one dropout in this 5th round here at Nelson, as Sharzu momentarily touches grass, but seems to have not lost any momentum. Anywho, Arena seems to have jumped up to 3rd. Pippa wants to try past Rooney. These 3 cars are being distracted by a quiet car, a lapped quiet car, but they're just trying to get out of the way. Things. Bit of a touching, bit of a poop by Pippa. But they're all still driving, apparently. Well, we're well over the halfway point of this race. 15 minutes tend to speed on by too darn quickly. Really wants to get back to 3rd, and does! Even with these narrow lanes, overtake Sara plenty here. Very speedy road course. Very speedy for a road course. As Rooney! Oh, are you kidding me, man? That is just nuts. Rooney has momentarily lost control of herself. Just luckily avoided that tire barrier and me having to play the Wheel of Fortune bankrupt sound. But yikes, that was just... Could have been worse. I mean, Rooney is still in the top 10, but lost a few spots. Lost a few vital spots right there. As Utahime of Specialite JP goes up to P5. Less than 5 minutes to go here. Yeah, I say this track is rather speedy for a road course because of the wide turns. Not many braking areas to be found. It's just high speed all throughout, and some of the turns are banked. Nelson Ledges Road Course, home of the longest day of Nelson, an amateur 24-hour endurance race. Less than 4 minutes to go here. Still no change to the top 3. Everyone trying to have the time of their lives as Roka touches grass. Whoa! Look at that. We have a blooper involving Nebu and Coni. Roka is without a rear wing. And what happened to Nebi? Still barely racing. Is he hoping to not be too distracted by the car immediately behind her in Charzu? Trying to let Charzu get out of the way. Also, Miu Akumiya. Dizzy trying to maintain a 4+ second advantage over Mozumi Pichi, who already has a podium at Fontana, second there. Another would bolster her chances of getting a potential spot in the top 20. That would allow her to advance to World in June. 2 minutes to go. Down to 16 cars in lead, still just one DNF. Still Saya 3 down, a few cars 2 down. Minute 30 remain. Mozu seems to have almost caught up with Dizzy all of a sudden. Makina Arena is too far away. Here comes Mozu. From what was over a 4-second lead has been reduced to maybe less than a second, coming down to the last minute, maybe 1 or 2 laps. Depends on how fast they go here. I guess 1 or 2 more laps, maybe 5 seconds left when we reach the start-finish. Also trying to speed up, approach Dizzy somehow. Dizzy trying to cut off the Mozu. Yes, the Mozu, the Mozumi Pichi of Vita fame. 20 seconds left. And we will have 1 more lap here. White flag is waved. And we're in for a very close finish here. Mozu doing the chasing against the Dizzy one. The Mozu against the Dizzy. And the Makina Arena still remaining sort of third. Keep an eye on these two. Mozu hoping to pass Dizzy, and does! Mozu now with the upper hand, coming down onto the last few turns, unless Dizzy does something about it. And onto the front stretch! And that will do it! Mozumi Pichi wins at Nelson Ledges on a very nice last lap overtake. Very well played by Mozu. After 17 laps here. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. And in happier news, Irie finishes 10th. So, 2 VDary members finish in the top 10. Also getting the W here. Dizzy second and Arena third. That's Mozu's second podium of the series, and first win in CorpoCar racing. Second career win for Mozu in VTRP action, and first in CorpoCar. Definitely enjoying her road course races in grassroots road courses. Waiting for Juna to eventually get past. I mean, today, hopefully. Well, Juna Anagi barely avoids previous race winner's curse. We're still waiting for Hina. And Nami from a front row start finishes 35th for Bupkis. And there they come to both and whatever just happened, and I don't know. Points! Points. We need points. The top two are two names with double Z's. Well, at least for Mozu Peachy's shorthand nickname, Mozu. Mozu, Dizzy, Arena. Points, please. All right, next 13. And the rest, Juna. And then Hina, Elia. Jelly with only the 1 point to her name. West Series. And the points, and confirm all is good here. I see 35 names, and of course I mistyped Muyu's name on the points chart again, but she will finish with O anyway for 31st. That's 36, and let's see, Pippa. Not bad, a top 5 for Pippa. And with that, we have a new points leader. In West, in Mozu of Videle, 191 points. 2 ahead of Ember on 189 points. And third is Coni, 182. 9 behind Mozu. Fourth is Sheena, 158. And moving up to fifth is Pippa, 130. So we are currently not in a Takeshi's Castle situation. It's looking fine and hunky-dory as it stands with the points. Currently bottom of the standings are 3 Kawaii members. Unfortunately, Isla, 3 consecutive DNQs and only 9 points. She's currently bottom of the standings. 3 behind Letha, who also DNQ'd, and then third down is Mamie with 17. Nana, unfortunately, is 5th from bottom at 47th out of 51. Why members struggling this series? You just hate to see that. And guess who's leading the points standings in the West? Balep. Iowa next. Okay. Iowa Speedway, Newton, Iowa, 7th, 8th mile short oval. We're going to be having laps in time 20 minutes, while number of laps is 55. So it's a D-shaped oval, still popularly used by IndyCar. Banking between 12 and 14 degrees, front stretch 10, back stretch 4. Let's have fun with some oval racing. One of 2 oval races for tonight. Iowa. I want to give Nana a chance to race here, so expect maybe a few rerolls. Hold. Right, we'll lock it in. Lock in this grid. 40 cars will qualify. These drivers won't. Ooh, Dizzy from second. Nelson Ledges to not even qualify for Iowa. As we always saw, Lottie will lap pole. Followed by Maimi, who needs a desperate amount of help, along with the rest of Kauai. Coni will start second row, followed by Mickey, who's one of the bottom dwellers in the points standings. Then we have Jelly and Rocky. Well, surprise, surprise, Nana will start off 7th, along with Nabino Nova and Lua Asaka. Henko, Rooney, and Reina. I'm happy to report that Leah will pop in for this race. And then Mozu, and then Arena, Saya, Nikki, and Vicky. And then Sheena, Nami, and Irie. Roka, Kohaku, and Mu. Dahime, Isla, and Spica. Momo, Aaliyah, and Antomoe. Nebi, Lumi, and Hina. Aruka, Ember, and Pippa. And finally, Kata, Yuno, Kai, and Juna. Okay. We'll begin in just a moment. Just need to check what's downstairs. It tends to be a bit of a ruckus in the barnyard. Interesting enough, because Iowa is in farm country. Back in a few seconds, and then we will begin racing at Iowa, BRB. All right. We are set to go here. Now, we get set for some short oval racing here at Iowa. We're set to go. Grid is set. Lottie and Mamie, your front row for this 55-lap race. And, reset to here. Make sure the standings look good, and they do, and we will roll it. Okay, 40 cars. What will happen if you attempt to drive 40 relatively speedy open-wheel cars on a track shorter than 1 mile in length? Exactly 7/8 of a mile. Well, you have patented bullring action. Hope you enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newton, Iowa. Iowa Speedway for round 6 of the CorpoCar West Series. Let's see what happens. Lottie and Mamie, of course, your front row for this race. Enjoy it. It's short oval action here at Iowa. And the green flag is waved. Off they go. Why is Lottie marked 4th? That's just silly stuff. Who's leading but Kata? Are you kidding me? Kata leading among 3 drivers. What? The standings make no sense. Who screwed up the standings all of a sudden? The rear 4, rear 3 taking the top 3 spots, and I don't even know anymore. But we do notice that everyone is racing. Everyone's having a bit of fun here. Here comes Kai, right behind the cute one. And Idol, Cuper, cute. QT, that is. And just like that, we're through 4. Those laps go by in a flash, ladies and gentlemen. Top 3 Idol Court members. Next driver down, yet another one of the newer Base Invaders. We had Ember winning, we had Dizzy almost winning. Now we have Jelly's turn to shine, maybe. Leah 5th, and what is going on with whoever started out the pole in Lottie 13th? Camera. Yeah, rFactor being silly with the standings and stuff. We have cars fighting for position, some 3 wide maybe. For crying out loud, come on. And, Kata seems to have reached the pack of cars again. She was supposed to start off 37th, and yet look where she is right now. Ballet. Okay, Kai and Juna with the other podium spots. 5 done already. No one hurt as of yet, just try to have a bit of fun here. This would have been the race leader had it not been for some silly rFactor starting grid shenanigans. Oh, by the by, just default Speedway tires, not the red sidewall tires that's used in road and street courses. Anyway, some of these cars are indeed sparking. Probably hitting the brakes hard. Oh, goodness gracious. There's some bumping and shoving, some 3 wide action here. Look at that. This is crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. As we're through over 15 now. Race inexplicably led by Kata. Well ahead of Juna and Kai. Four and a half second lead, but it's still early on. Kata just trying to sidestep much of the cars in the way, but there's your problem. Cars are in the way. Yeah, I know, bad joke. Bad joke. I apologize for that. And I think to myself that I apologize a wee bit too much. Oh, Kata going full send here. Just calm yourself down. It's just the middle of the race. There's lots of racing left. Maybe wait until like 2 laps to go, and then you can try having fun going full send, making it a true daily double in this Jeopardy game. Where there's definitely where we're definitely in jeopardy, the jeopardy of a potential void series. I mean, we were in jeopardy start of today. Situation seems to have improved after the Nelson Ledges race, but still far from being out of the woods. Unfortunately, that's where we are, stuck in the middle of the woods. Cars behaving quite nicely here. No casualties as of yet. If this were Vtuber IndyCar, then we would have already had a crash within like the first 5 laps or so. I think the last time we raced here, there was like an incident involving a car or 3 within the first lap, very first lap. I don't know. What else can I talk about? Well, we're still dealing with this charade. The VGTC incident. Many questions asked about what the series is about. It's supposed to be. It's a planned series on Assetto Corsa. We're racing GT cars, retro and modern, both retro and modern on the same tracks. At the same time, even. We have quite a few open wheel racing series, so try something different with GT cars. Hope to begin sometime in the fall, maybe in September. Lots of time to prepare for everything. There were so many questions asked about what the series is all about. I had to shuffle all throughout many questions and lost a bit of sleep. Last Tuesday night, heading into Wednesday morning, there was a faulty sign-up sheet. And how did Kaya go up into the lead all of a sudden? Oh yeah, faulty sign-up sheets. There were security flaws, which led to some vandals messing up the original sign-up sheet, so I had to scrap it and make a new one. But, yeah, since then, everything seems to have been cleaned up quite nicely. Thanks to the head organizer of the BGTC, I'm only the secondary organizer. I still plan on streaming the series, being the one to stream the series. Oh, goodness gracious, Mozu moving up to 3rd all of a sudden. And so far we have like 11 sign-ups, so thanks to everyone who has signed up so far. Who has signed up generals for the series. As we come down to fewer than 20 laps, led by Kai Saikota of Idol Corp. Oh, look at that, Kata has regained the lead. I think Kata prefers racing on ovals. Speaking of ovals, look at who's 7th. Nene Amano. After a bit of a hiccup at Fontana, She's suddenly finding herself in the top 10. Start off the race 7th in the grid. She's currently 7th. Well, somewhere along that lines, in the top 10. Kai trying to find the inside against her fellow Idol Corp member. Down to 16 here. Oh man, we have a blunder involving Machina Arena. Machina Arena. Luckily, retaining all 4 wheels, but just got tagged by someone. Yeah, quite a few cars taking part in some incidents. Goodness gracious, it could have been worse, but we are still rolling. 3, almost 4 wide here. 13 to go. Navina Nova having to pit Machina Arena. Also in it, of course. Mazumi Peachy having a day here. Goodness gee willikers. Well, she's down to 3rd. Jelly. Look at that. Jelly now up to P2 behind Catalina Cutie. Look at those 3 wide cars right there. Bumping and shoving. Like it's a masked sword fight 10 to go at Iowa. Got recently debuting along with Nikki in the new idolEN Genesis group. Speaking of Nikki, here she is 5th. What a race these two are having here in Newton. 9 to go. Still far from a victory, though, as Mazu passes Jelly to regain 2nd. Nana Amano into the top 5. Oh man, everything's happening here. These laps going by too dismally fast for my liking. But this is, of course, supposed to be a race. You go fast. Fast, especially on these ovals as these cars inexplicably run over the camera. 5 to go. We're through 50. More pushing and shoving. Nana Amano to 2nd. Are you kidding me, ladies and gentlemen? Nikki to 3rd. Another incident in here. This time involving... Oh, you gotta be kidding me, ladies and gentlemen. We have a big scrum. Holy hell. Everyone crashing. I don't even know anymore. How is some of these cars still having 4 wheels after that? Pit stop shuffle. Pit stop shuffle. Iruka 2nd, Reina 3rd. Oh man. Who's gonna be out? It looks like it may be not Iruka. I don't think. Is Nikki pitting? She is staying out. Mazu having control of the lead. Mazu. Hata drops down to 12th. Nene 5th. White flag is waved. It's going to be a battle between Mazu and Jelly. Mazu, hoping for back-to-back wins, got to outlast Jelly. And onto the finish line. Will Jelly overtake? Yeah, she does! And Jelly Hoshiyomi, at the last moment, takes the victory here at Iowa. Another Phase Invader wins on an oval. Mazu just a smidgen away from back-to-back race wins, but will get second. Nikki Ray will wrap up here in third. Jelly Hoshiyomi, who did not qualify for World in Season 4, finding form here, getting the W here in Newton. At the final turn, in more crazy news, Nana scores top 5 finish. Come on. Come on. Okay. Now, the sound effects work, I guess. Well, I guess that was a race. Mozu will, certainly extend her points lead. With 4 races left here in the West. Ooh, Isla finished in 10th. And you can breathe easily. You can breathe easily now. You can breathe easily now. This has got to be the race of the series so far. Got quite a few slams, whams, bams, thank you, ma'ams. A crazy pit stop shuffle, a pass for the win in the last turn. All this mess and only one DNF. We'll fast forward a bit. And he does down to fuel. Unfortunately, Ember will finish 38th. So there's a negative about this race. One oval race and not score in the next oval race. You hate to see that. Oh man, look at the time we gotta get rolling. All right. Now to lock in the points. And then a few names I am missing. All this mayhem in a 15-plus minute race and only 2 DNFs. 16 minutes, actually. So we'll give Lottie a pole point. I almost said pole for point. No, it's actually a point for pole. And do we have a critical situation on our hands? Not seemingly. Not seemingly. But it's still looking rather dismal for many quiet members. Actually, this is Nene's best result of the season so far. 5th here at Iowa on an oval of all places. Mozumi Peachy, 266.68 ahead of Amato Gawashina's 198. Ember, 189. Coni, 187. And Kohaku Yumekui, of all drivers, right here, 144. Bottom of the standings. 51st, Letha Bonapucci, 12. 50th, Meimi Majoko, 17. 49th, Miki Hitsugi, 22. 48th, Yuno Hanaki, 34. 47th, Amy Isami, 38. That's your bottom 5 currently. But Mozu, with a huge commanding lead, 68, over the next driver down in Amano Gawashina. As we move on ahead here. 15, finishing all 55 laps at whatever this track is supposed to be. Alright, we're moving on. Now that we're done here with West, we're going to move on to East. 48 drivers in East. And back to standing for now. For now, standing for just this race for tonight. We're going to be racing at Okayama. Wherever that is. Come on, where's the track? Okayama. International Circuit, formerly TI Circuit IDA, 3.703 km, 2.301 mi. Okayama International Circuit, nay TI Circuit IDA, 13 turns and 2.3 miles. Once hosted a Formula One race for some reason. Actually twice. 94, 95, anyway. Load! Yes, that is indeed the Okayama circuit. That looks correct to me, that is. Seems like everyone in it. I think that's 49 names, 48 drivers plus one placeholder. As you know, Salmon will still have to sit out for a couple more rounds, but Mizma is apparently back in for the time being. I don't know, we'll just have to load We'll to see who will be in and who will be in. You know, in. I don't think anyone will understand what I'm trying to say here, but well. Well, DK suffers previous race winner's curse. I'm sorry to report that Coco Memory just misses out in the cut for this round. Pole will go to Shisui Michiru, who's second in the point standings. Michiru will start off at pole alongside Koma Oboro, who started off second. And then we have Mono and Mivi. Mivi with her interesting, colorful livery. And we have Chichino, the adorable Amoria, Roa, Ko, and Abi. Iori, Nasa, and Ye. Nova, Minia, Scott, and Carrot. Rufi, Siu, and Zelly. Ray, Sukasa, and Mero. Misma will hop in for her first CorpoCar race. As you know, Salmon is still on hiatus for the time being. And we have Serena and Liliana. Clara is in. Sion and Loki. Mabes will start off 28, followed by Pico and Yu. Next we have Leola, and then Kokone, and Tomomi, who's bottom of the standings and does need lots and lots of help, as it stands. Finally, we have Spectra, Mita, and Echo. That's your grid set for this 15-minute race taking place at Okayama International Circuit. Oh, okay. Okay, we are ready to go here. Alright, East round 5 with Michu at pole and Koma Oboro at the second row. Off they go! From the standing start. Let's see what happens. Good jump by Koma Oboro of Specialite JP. Annoyingly, some parts of the track are white texture, as if it were snowing. I have no gosh darn clue how to fix this issue. We'll just have to let it roll as it stands. All 36 cars out on the track. We have some still cameras and some moving cameras. Whoa! Mono being all crazy there. Battling for the lead with the adorable Amoria, now solo member of BNU Solstice. Maybe on the move. Side by side bumping between Michiru and maybe Amoria. Mono Monet of Vtuber, it looks like, will have the lead after this opening lap, right then and there. That's followed by Mibi and then Amoria. Pico in pit lane and Siu hitting early on. Zelly, Pico, Abi, and Dre. Not quite a good start to the race for the points leader, Siu, here at Okayama. Maybe on the move and jumps back up to second, hopefully, as, whoa, we've seen many an instance of cars slide all willy-nilly. And we just saw one again here. Mono. Oh, that's a hard hit into the barrier, losing her front wing. She may have to pit after this. How did Amoria drop to 31st all of a sudden? She was like second or something, and how did the point standings all of a sudden get fudged up? rFactor is being silly all of a sudden. Did Amoria get a penalty or what? Either way, Amoria somehow shot all the way down to 33rd for no good reason. Totally uncalled for standings hiccup on rFactor's part. Whole center of this race, Michiru, hoping to jump up to the East points lead after this race. Whoa, Michiru a bit wide here. But she's going to lead with over 4 minutes having elapsed here. Mono having issues. Trying to get into pit lane. That is not how you enter pit lane, Mono. Having to do some course correction as NASA rudely bumps Mono out of the way. We've seen quite a bit of beef involving several drivers. Multiple drivers in these races so far. Fighting not only for pride within the agency, but also pride within the entire series against Vtubers of other minor corpos. Michu, Mivi, and Maria. 3 M's in the top 3. Gonna be done with 4 laps now. Roa, who won a race at Calder Park, finding herself currently P4, Caminelli Clara is in the top 5, but barely. We lost a few cars. Minia Scott has a busted engine. Homa also a goner, and she's gone from second to start to idle points altogether. While Zelly has a busted engine. So that's 3 drivers down as it stands. 24 in the lead lap. Michulu with almost a 5-second lead over the elephant of the AAA club. Almost at the halfway point of this race. That was a car part that just disappeared. I'm pretty sure. Now Umiko, who still has yet to properly debut, having to pit. Who else is in pit lane? Spectra is pitting. And we do reach the halfway point of this 15-minute time limit. Michiru too far ahead of herself. Oh, Comaria has jumped up to second. And I can see an overtake in this replay. Oh man, that was a rude bumping out of the way on Maria's part. If this were real-life racing, then that could have been a penalty. Maybe a drive-through. Nonetheless, what an offensive move that this B4I member has made to shoot her up to P2. Meanwhile, maybe a bit shaken up, but still riding along quite nicely in 3. And to see if there's any more incidents. Do we have any more DNFs? Not apparently. There goes someone's front wing. Echo! What a jump! Starting from 8th to 8th, and yet suddenly she's finding herself... Oh man! Oh man! Oh no! Mevi is out of the race!
Oh, this is terrible!
Mevi has crashed out. Just driving along quite well, and unfortunately, she'll get bumped just for her attempt. Oh, you just hate to see that. A real tragedy here at Okayama. Maybe out of the race for a goose egg. Truly unfortunate for her team. In the meanwhile, Tomomi's trying to now being the one to carry the burden of her teammates here at Okayama. Once to get her bottom dweller position in the point standings, currently at 12th here, with 4.5 minutes left here. Michulu with a big lead, having completed 8 laps, ahead of Komaria. Hakushika Iori is third, Look at the gaps between first and second and third. Actually, it's Roa who makes the overtake for third against Iori. Actually, it's Roa who has to carry some of the burden of her team. And Iori is giving her a bit more burden to carry. And Roa just throws it right back at Iori. Echo's gone, busted engine. Another DNF for her. We have a few DNFs. NASA, Spectra accident, Tsukasa, and Minya. Oh no, Michu has lost a rear wing some time ago. She is staying out, but no front wing. Did I say rear wing? I meant front wing. She meant to hit after the slap, but that is looking like bad news for her. Well, Maria still has an intact car, but bent front wing. Roa hoping to have a second win of the series. This is certainly bad news for Michu this late in the race. No front wing, shots a pit. And Maria is quickly approaching Michu. What was a 10-second lead will drop down to almost nil. And does drop down to nil as Michu does have to stop at pit lane this late in the race. Just conversing briefly with Kokone. Ko Maria takes the lead. Followed by Roa. A My Hollow TV member in Liliana Vampire is third. Maria has a 12-second lead over Roa. Roughly 15 drivers are in the lead lap. May drop down more after this lap. Michu spending quite extended time in pit lane. That may as well drop her out of the running for the win here. With seconds left here in this round 5. Here comes the white flag for V Formula's Ko Maria. So it's going to be 12 laps to finish here. And Maria has herself a massive lead. Roa is second at the moment, followed close behind by Liliana. So Maria with a second at Sugo, hasn't scored since, but is certainly on her way to a big win, which will certainly boost up her points a bit. Last few turns for her. And she's going to be uncontested right to the very end. She is going to break her pointless drought in fashion. Ko Maria getting victory here at Okayama for VFormeri's first CorpoCar win. Another podium for Roa, finishing 10.5 seconds behind Maria, and Liliana grabs my Holo TV's first ever podium in Corpo Racing competition. Fifth place for Maeve. And Iori will get fourth for her efforts. So top three, Cole Maria, Roa Arctos, and Liliana Vampire. Three different agencies being represented in the podium. Oh, Misma's race ends in an accident. But 15th, so will not play a sound for her. Graham will eventually finish this race as some cars pop up like a jack-in-a-box. Mita is done. Scion, you is just now getting out, and then we'll be done. And that's it. That's 5 rounds done and dusted here in East. In even better news, Tomomi with a top 10 finish. Definitely much needed to get her back in track. Just need to write down the names. I'm still alive, just typing down names. So only 14 cars finished all 12 laps. Mono and maybe having a chance to score big, ultimately finishing in the very bottom of the point scores, or close to it as possible. The names, and then we'll move on. Point standings right here. Well, Salmon is still AWOL for at least one more round. Everything makes sense points-wise, save for pole. Somehow Siu has managed to go from towards the back of the grid to finishing 9th, and she still leads the championship point standings. And she finished one spot ahead in this race to Michu, and Michu is second in the overall points standings in East by 19 points behind Siu. So Siu 216 and Michu 197. Third, Roa Arctos 184 points. Paul Maria, with her win, jumps up to 4th with 175, and 5th is Clara with 161. Bottom of the standings besides Salmon, I'm sorry to report, is Pico. Touching Void as it stands. Well, she scored 3 points in this race. It's better than nothing. Still, yeah, rather low here. Bottom 3 are all phase members, Pico, and then Memory, and then NASA. And then next down, oh, Meavy. 44th out of 48. 47 if you discount Salmon. What a shame, because I like Meavy's unique livery. Anyway. One more round for today. We'll be racing at Motegi, Mobility Resort Motegi, 1.5 mile oval. That's the only oval race of the East Series. We're going to be racing 32 laps. And this is a low-bent oval. 4 turns making 10 degrees. 1.549 mile oval, actually. We're just going to load now and grab our grid of 40 drivers for this race, and then we'll get to the racing. All right, here we are, folks. We'll first things first, not mind Salmon, and then we are gonna load the grid. 40 cars will enter this race. Ooh, Amoria barely making it in. But these drivers don't. 2 drivers in My Whole TV missed out in the cut. Liliana Vampire will have pole for this 32 lapper, followed by maybe we'll start front row on this oval race. Loki and then Chichino make up row 2. followed by DK and Lunaris Rufy. Mania, Iori, and Mimosa. Kokone, Mamie, and Mono. Nova, Mita, and Penelope. Nano, Serenity, and Ko. Maria, that is. Roa, Echo, and Serena. Pico, Clara, and Rayan. Zelly, Coma, and Nessa. Tomomi, Abi, and Sion. Spectra, Siu, Mero. Ray, Maeve, Shisui, Michiru. Memory, who needs help and points. Tsukasa, Leora, and finally Amoria. Alright, we're set to go. 32 laps. Last race for tonight. Only oval race in the schedule. Hope these East drivers like rolling starts and all left-hand turns. At Mobility Resort Motegi in Japan. All right. Oh, what a segue into the music. 40 cars and one placeholder and one safety car on tap for this 32-lap race, or 20 minutes, whichever expires first. GX Sora leading the safety car around these turns. We'll speed up a bit. And we're going to get to racing in just a few seconds. This is the only oval race for the East Series in Season 5. Who'll have the early advantage with oval racing among these East Series drivers? Let's begin here at Mobility Resort Motegi. Everyone dispersing from their two-wide grid start onto the first couple turns. First of 32 laps here. Everyone's speeding along, fighting for position. There was almost a 4-wide, but it's gonna be Meavy, I believe, having the lead, followed by Lunaris and Liliana. Maybe Lunaris and Coni, actually. DK enters in 4th, I guess. All 40 cars made it through the first lap with no issue. East Series drivers trying their darndest here on this Motegi Oval as Kokone of the initial VNU wave gets passed by a few cars. Great. And even more. Why even bother? Oh no, it's a mess. We seem to have a bit of a mess involving a few cars. Tomomi Taraya, Ray and Cloud. And I don't know, a few more involved. Nano, Ray, etc. Certainly a bit of debris on the track as Mibi jumps to the front. Nice view of the front stretch. Turn 1. As Arufi finds the inside line and goes up to the lead. 34 in the lead lap. Rayan, Cloud, and Tomomi Taraya. Oh my goodness, Tomomi. Get yourself together, please. Neck and neck between these two for the lead. Lunar Sarufi and Mivi Ivory of two different agencies. Mibi's content to stay right behind Lunaris for now. As another car just pit lane. Maeve, oh no. It's back and forth, leapfrogging like frogs. Back up to third. Or make that Graham Pico of all drivers. Look at her speeding up to second. Out of nowhere. The face Kaleido member. Graham Pico being pursued by Echo. Of whatever wave this is supposed to be. Don't discount Mivi, she's just enjoying the fun. Might we have an opportunity for a 3 wide? Almost. Almost on this turn. Echo backs away for a bit. Maybe on the outside, I don't know what she's trying to accomplish here. That's, will it even work? I mean, you gotta go on the inside for a better chance at overtaking, and that's what Mibi did. And now what she's trying to accomplish here? 3 wide onto turn 1. What an action shot right there, ladies and gentlemen, as Graham Pico finds herself leading at the moment. A tiny bit ahead of Arufi. So much leapfrogging involved with some of these cars, as we'll have completed 10 laps here. And now Mivi finds herself in front. And here come quite a few more cars in the way. My word, a bunch of cars just looking to add a bit of drama here. Look at that, some 3 wide. Overtakes aplenty. A bit of 3 wide action here. Of all the drivers, it has to be Penelope Wiseman. Currently taking the top spot here. Almost started 15th and into the lead. But no lead is safe, especially on oval races, high-speed oval races. Going almost 195 miles per hour. On this track that measures a little over 1.5 miles. Here comes Mibi! Hoping to improve her standing eventually. Up to second. And Leora is in pit lane. Try to have a breather with all this high-speed left turning, and maybe gets lapped once more. You just hate to see that. Lopi battling for the lead with Mevi and Grand Pico 3 wide. 3 wide. Again. Try to look at that again in replay. Look at that replay, 3 wide action. This is amazing stuff, people. And there's a replay glitch again. We have a replay glitch. So, maybe drops to 30th. I don't know what to think anymore. That's a ridiculous glitch. Hit replay and then drivers suddenly drop in positioning again. This is new on me. Hit replay button, and we have ourselves a situation with drivers suddenly going from the lead to dropping like lead flies to the back of the whatever, as we have a bit of bumping between Coni and Clara. 15 laps left to go. We're well over the halfway point. Jockeying for position between these drivers. All 40 are still in it, but Tomomi 8 down along with Rayan. Not good at all. Tomomi having a terrible series. Meanwhile, Grand Pico trying to maintain her lead here. Maria is within about 3/4 of a second of Pico's lead. And here comes Cole Maria to the lead. Mazu almost won back-to-back races. Will it be Maria actually doing so tonight? Will it be her? We'll find out in 11 laps time. Well, she got overtaken by Pico. But there's still some racing left, and there has been many overtakes in the front and back stretch. Oh man, Maria! That's gonna be an entry into pit lane. Yep, there is indeed the pit stop shuffle, and what the hell is going on? Okay, we'll have to see a replay. Oh, a car loses a wheel. Ah, man. Zelly Zuimu, not quite herself. A car has lost a wheel. Who was the casualty? That is Mimosa. Mimosa Shirosaki out of the race as we get into this ridiculous shuffling of cars. Who will have the upper hand? It's Mero Umiko, of all drivers. One who still hasn't yet to have a proper live 2D model, and here she is, of all drivers, leading here at Twin Ring Motegi. Utatane Nasa is second. Maria is speeding here in the front stretch and takes back second. But Graham Pico is threatening. Here comes NASA. Maria is fast approaching Mero Umiko. As we lose another car, Ray Nevermore drops out. That is 2 UMA Plus members out in accidents within a short period of time. Paul Maria regains the lead from Mero. But not for long, she drops to third as NASA and Mero overtake the 1 and 2 spots. Interestingly enough, Utatane NASA is leading for Base Connect, which is interesting considering this is one of the last few times you'll see Phase drivers race on ovals. Phase car, the first series is sometime in July, will have 0 ovals. NASA with the decent lead as we come down to 4 here at Mobility Resort Motegi. A whole mess of drama unfolding, and Maria drops out of the top 3. Coming down to the last 3 laps here, NASA, Mero, and Arufi of all drivers in third. Oh, that was certainly and Maria's hopes at back-to-back as more cars are pitting. Holy cow! We may have another blooper as Mania Scott, I'm afraid, has no wheel. Look at the replay. Ah, man! Entered pit lane incorrectly, it looks like. Oh, man, look at that! How did she restore her wheel? That makes no sense. I don't think she's supposed to finish after dropping a wheel, but, And now, of all drivers, it's Echo Line. And yet she is pitting anyway. Two pit stop shuffles. I don't even know anymore. So the white flag will go to Cole Maria. She's got to outlast Tenma Miami in hopes of finishing today back to back. Miami has a chance to overtake Cole Maria. A close finish here. Miami doesn't overtake. Here comes Cole Maria onto the finish. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh! Oh, man! Tenma Miami at the finish. A March Madness buzzer beater. Can you believe it? Tenma Miami stealing victory from Cole Maria. What a finish, ladies and gentlemen, by .050. A photo finish to take the 100 points. Goodness gracious, gee willikers! We'll have to rewind to see that finish again. Provided the replay does hold up, but... Holy cow, Tenma Miami! With the buzzer beater! Oh, what's all happening here in CorpoCar? Still need to wait for Liliana to finish and Jesus. And this race is over. It is all happening in CorpoCar. Tenma Miami with the victory at Motegi. Can you believe it? $14 finishing all 32 laps and oh man, oh man, oh man. Both times in both series, we almost had back-to-back race wins. Only for the driver who had a chance to go back to back to come up just short, finishing runner-up in the ensuing race. Congrats to Serenity for finishing third for AAA. Top 5 finish for Michiru. Oh man, I am in disbelief at this very close finish at Motegi, ladies and gentlemen. Tenma Miami. Give her a round of applause for that pass at the end to get the victory. Amoria from 40th to 7th. Oh, you love to see that. What a big jump for her. Another top 10 for Clara. I focus on Miami's car because what a finish. I'm afraid Maeve doesn't score. But still, what an awesome finish right there. A big finish outweighs the negatives in this race. I'm gonna lock in the points, wrap up for today, and think about what to come for next weekend. Actually, I want to show the replay again. I want to show the replay because that is truly remarkable. Uh, 175, 60, 50. Fish fifth for 45. That is Michiru. And then 40, 38, 36, 34, 32, 30, 28, 26, 24, 2018, 16 will go to Corporfish's 18th in Lunaris Rufy. And then a few more names that I'll have to mark as zeros. Ooh, only one points finisher among the UMA Plus drivers, and that is, of course, the one without a proper live 2D. And Tomomi with a fourth zero in 6 races. We have a new points leader in East, I think. Or is it still as previous? Yeah. I think it's still as previous. I just want to confirm that. Indeed, we do. Paul Maria goes to the points lead. 258 ahead of Shisui Michiru. Third is Siu Isaka. Failing to score in this race. Clara jumps to fourth now. 195. Oh, by the way, Siu is 216. Clara 195. Tenma Miami goes to fifth with 189, and the current bottom dweller is, besides Salmon, Minya Scott on 20. Followed by Mizma, and then Mivi, and then Azusa Honami, and then Kokuoko Memory. That's your bottom dwellers. Before we go, we really ought to look at that fantastic replay. Feel free to take screen caps of this wild finish right there, ladies and gentlemen. Tenma Miami and the wild finish at the end of the race. I mean, look how close it is. In slow motion. Right there. Right there. Come on. Right there, okay. Come on. Okay. A screen cap for the ages, ladies and gentlemen. 5.05. 10 by Miami with the W here. In fact, it's so good I'll post it to on the Discord. And I'll post another one and post it on the Discord as well. Okay, we're done here. Anyway, last weekend of action here in CorpoCar racing. We're back again on Saturday, April 6th, maybe, if not April 5th. Rounds 7 and 8 of West and East. Bull Run and Salt Lake City for West. And then Tsukuba and Canberra for East. That's coming up. Scheduled for April 6th, rounds 7 and 8 of CorpoCar West and East. Will we have more magic coming up next weekend? Do find out on rounds 7 and 8. Big wins today for Mozu, Jelly, Maria, and Miami. What magic will ensue in round 7 and 8 of CorpoCar? Anyway, have a great Easter weekend. Hope to see you again next weekend for more CorpoCar East and West action. Have a great weekend and see you again real soon. Bye for now, and Otsadag.